What's up guys? In this video I have 5 tips to help you get to the level of sub 10 on the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. Let's go. To start with, I just want to say that the journey to sub 10 for every single cuber is different, and that there will be different obstacles and challenges that will need to be overcome by you personally. There's not really a just do what I do and you will get sub 10 approach. You've got to follow your own path and get to sub 10 by yourself. This video will be telling you and teaching you the tips and tricks that I use to get sub 10, but it will ultimately not get you sub 10. The first tip that I have for you is to learn full OLL and PLL if you are using the CFOP method of solving the Rubik's Cube. Full OLL and PLL will help bring your last layer down to less than 5 seconds on average no matter what permutations you get, and it will also teach you pattern recognition on the cube. Full OLL is not really essential for getting sub 10, but I personally feel like that knowing full OLL will just help your averages in the long run. My second tip for you is to find a cube that works for you. Find a cube that you can turn at full TPS, but you don't lock up very much, and you can just find it a joy to solve. Many cubes out there today are just so jam-packed of ways you can customize it that it's not actually an impossible challenge to find a cube that works for you these days. If a cube doesn't feel right out of the box, play with its tensions, adjust the settings, change the magnet strength. See if you can get the cube to the way you want it to feel. By using a really good Rubik's Cube or speed cube that works for you, you should be able to get your average times in speed solving down by a few seconds just by using a cube that will work for you. The third tip that I have for you is a little bit like a 2-in-1 package deal. It is to find some time to practice a different event. Try a bigger cube, try Pyraminx, maybe do Megaminx or Square 1. Don't focus solely on the 3x3, otherwise you are going to get stuck eventually, and then you will probably lose motivation when you don't see any improvement or progress. By practicing a different event, it will force you to use your look ahead in a different way, and it should also help you be able to improve when you go back to the 3x3. At the same time, you do not want to spend too much time away from the 3x3. So that's the second tip that's sort of like hand in hand with this deal. That made no sense, so let's just keep going, sorry. The fourth tip that I have for you is to learn how to track your first F2L pair when you build your cross. This tip is in virtually every single how to get sub 10 video out there, but it really is part of the reason why I am sub 10. Granted, Cross plus 1 did not get me sub 10. I was averaging 13 seconds when I started to practice this, and when I had mastered it, I was only down at 11 seconds. But if I was not able to track my first F2L pair in my cross planning, then I would not be sub 10 today. Being able to track your first F2L pair while doing your cross is extremely beneficial because this allows you to go straight into F2L and start looking ahead for your next pairs while solving your first one. Cross plus 1 is definitely essential to becoming sub 10. I do not know of any cubers who are sub 10 without actually being able to do cross plus 1. My final tip that I have for you is a little bit hard to explain. When I was averaging about 11 seconds, I was going crazy to get sub 10. I was just so close yet so far away. Missing sub 10 again and again by, less than a second was driving me crazy. In the end, it was a video by Brody the Cuber that helped me break through the sub 10 barrier. I will link that video in the description. In the video, Brody explained how when you're solving the cube, you don't need advanced techniques or a super massive knowledge of the cube to be able to get sub 10. You just need to have a good efficient F2L, a good look ahead, and a high turn speed, and you will be able to get sub 10. The tip that I have for you is once you are efficient at your F2L and able to solve each pair without rotating or rotating just once, then you really don't need to practice anything else. You don't need any fancy algorithms like COLL, winter variation, or ZBLL. And often, if you try and learn those beforehand, it will just slow you down because of pattern recognition and a bunch of other factors. By practicing your efficiency in F2L, your look ahead, working on your look ahead to get faster, and using a higher turn speed, you will be able to get to the level of sub 10 relatively easily. Yiheng Wang is a 6-year-old Chinese speed cuber who is an absolute whiz in the speed cubing world. He managed to come out this year and shoot from a 21-second average down to a 7-second average, and he has since improved that, bringing his average right down to a very fast 6.28 second average. Yiheng's method of solving the cube is very simple. He just uses basic but efficient F2L to solve his first two layers, and then he increases his turn speed to finish off his last layer. Yiheng has a very solid and good look ahead and is able to maintain a very high turn speed throughout his solves. By doing this, he doesn't need to learn anything fancy to get fast. In the end, it was Yiheng Wang and Brody the Cuber who helped me get sub 10. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope this video helped you and gave you some pointers and tips on how to get sub 10. If this video helped you, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.